Hey guys, it's first thing Saturday morning. Got a big day ahead. Finally decided to do the clutch because, as you can probably tell from the last video, that the Pool 180 got a bit of a hiding, and that standard clutch has finally decided to pack up. So in with the 5-puck. Here's a new little addition to the 182, the roof wing. So pretty much that's just, I used the Extreme 3M double-sided tape and a little bit of silicone on the edges, and seemed to secure it on there quite well. Just got to move my car into the side port garage. We're going to do it in there because we're a little bit pushed for space and don't really have access to a hoist, so we're just going to try and manage on the ground, which is a bit of a pain, but we only can do what we can do. So yeah, we better make a start.
First step before you take your gearbox out, you got to take this shifter boot off, and then one of those 10 mils, 14 mils, and then there should be a circlip there, and it'll just pop straight out. Don't try to take your gearbox out with that still in, otherwise it just won't come out.
There she is, out.
Out.
Slide off the fucking Connie.
And then,
oh fuck.
oh, she's milky. It's not good. Got your circlip there,
Is that just,
and then the shifter comes straight up. If your oil's looking like that, you've got a problem.
And you've got good race oil.
Nah, it's just the quality race oil. Come over here, we'll see what drained out of the gearbox itself. Yeah, that's no good. Cream airs. That's when you know you've done a few too many skids. Just trying to get these top bow housing bolts off. Bit of a prick of a job. Best way to do it is a UJ and a shitload of extensions. Doesn't help when Japanese ream them in to 1,000 Newton meters. The nasty screamer pipe. Doesn't want a bar of it. Just removing this downpipe to gain more access for these top bow housing bolts, because it's a nightmare at the moment. And half the bolts have snapped off in the turbo. Typical. I think that if you hold it, it'll undo the rest of that knot.
Hang on.
There's the filthy screamer.
Those are snapped well.
And there's the bolt snapped off inside the housing. Lovely. This is probably the hardest part about the whole removing SR gearboxes of these top bow housing bolts. Once you get them, it's pretty straightforward. Got the last bow housing bolt up the top there. See the drive shaft's out. Don't have to do it at the diff. Just pull it out of the gearbox, slip it to the side. Got the slave. 2 bolts there. And then after you've got all the bow housing bolts, you got this mount, and then you slip it out. Just unplug all this wiring here. Got all the speedo drive, and that's about it. So we're ready now to take the transmission out. These all hand tight, these bow housing bolts. Just need to get a jack underneath here to pull it out, unless you're strong enough to bench press it out. Twist the transmission to get it out.
Are we going to have to twist it?
Maybe. I know there's 6 speeds you do. I think you do it for these 2.
Should be enough, eh?
Yep. Oh, take these out in the bolts. One sided, if I can do it like that. Sweet. Where's that oil coming from? What oil? Don't tell me it's rear main.
We have a one big slide now.
Looks like engine oil.
Yeah,
Oh fuck. Fuck's sake. Have a look there. Fuck, this job can turn to shit. Alright? Yep, sweet. Fuck. Rear main. Everything's fucked. Gearbox oil's fucking ruined. Slave cylinder's leaking.
Drop in the back.
Eh?
How much does the engine need to drop in the back?
It's only just hitting it. Even that, yep, that's it. Sweet. Drop it? Yep. Right down, we out of here. Fuck. You right? Yep, sweet. Oh. Pull it. So probably your. There we have it, it's out, and we've discovered as soon as it's separated from the engine, oil started dripping, so suspected rear main seal as well.
Today is it's not a good day.
Oh, it's not going to plan. Fuck. Get the pressure plate off now. Sweet. Not too bad. Oh. It'll do a few more skids.
Still heaps of life left in it. Flywheel's not even there.
Yeah, for all that slippage, the flywheel's not even heated up that bad. Give her a skim, should be a ways again.
What the fuck? Where's that oil
Dry.
from?
So the rear main's not leaking, that's a good sign. But don't know where the hell that oil came from, because it's definitely engine oil. So there it is, back of the engine with the transmission out. Got the clutch there, the flywheel here. It's a pretty easy job really. So now we have to get the 5-puck and chuck that on. There's the flywheel there. We thought it would have been heated to shit, but give that a machine and it'll be fine to use again.
Standard clutch still. Give it a skim up and go another round.
She done well, that clutch. She's done about 3,000 Ks, gone to a few track days slipping, and finally time to do it. She's done skids, she's been drifting. She held up alright for a while. It's time to go puck. Up the puck.
Up the puck.
As you can see, we're doing this clutch on the ground in the middle of a bloody storm. So it never rains in Gisborne, but typical, it rains when we want to do something. It's probably the second time it's rained all year.
We should loosen that tongue too.
Yeah. Pro tip, always crack off your filler for the transmission before you put it back in.
Otherwise it's bad metal.
Otherwise it'll be a RX-7 situation again. So that oil is nasty. It's gonna love this new stuff. Be plucking gears like no tomorrow.
Before I had the car like here.
Fuck.
I was like, nah, fuck, I better just put it back in.
This rain is nasty. Look what we're trying to work in, there's a bloody flood here. So, Jared's just purchased this eccentric throttle wheel. So, this is one nut, goes there, put your throttle cable on, and it gives you a better feel of the pedal. It's the old throttle wheel. Here he is with the goods. The 5 puck.
Fucking out of here.
So yep, we got the 5 puck here. Shout out to Exceedy, Australia. So that's the clutch there. Here we've got the pressure plate inside there. So there's the pressure plate. Comes with the release bearing tool, alignment tool, and the spigot as well. Here's the flywheel. We're prepared. Got one machined, so we can chuck it straight in. There's the old one, freshly skimmed, ready for action. In these SRs, the spigot bush is actually in the crank itself. Most run in the flywheel. So to get those out, you just use a bearing puller, spread the legs once it gets in there and bang it out. First things first, we just got to take this old release bearing off. Don't want to chuck the same one back in, you've got a noisy clutch. Here we go, just pull straight off. It's a new release bearing. Got the special grease here, the pink grease. Make sure we use that. Give everything a good clean up before you put the grease on. There's the clutch there. So that's what a 5 puck looks like. These 5 puck kits have got mint clamping force on these pressure plates, so she handles all the abuse you've thrown it.
As it says on the box, trust in the tough.
Number 1 for clutch. These are rated to about 400-ish horsepower. Handled my 410 horsepower on my S15 fine, so
the 500 in this is probably going to go for it. But we'll see how we go.
Should be able to hook 4th gear.
We'll be able to start in 4th. I'll just drop it in 4th from standstill and we'll go straight.
Yeah, and once that 5-speed's got some good oil in it. So I just got the new release bearing here on the hub carrier, I guess you could call it. Smash the other one off. Well, we didn't smash it, we punched it off nicely. So that can slip back onto the gearbox now with the fork. Fork you. So we're just greasing up all the moving points. Got the shaft there, inside there where it goes onto the fork, and the ball there. Also do the release bearing and the forks on the pressure plate.
You want to also make sure you spit on the shaft too, just before you put it in the hole. It's always a good.
Yeah, because you want your input shaft going in nicely.
You don't want to damage your spigot.
So just got the spring clipped back onto the ball where the fork is, and that's how your clutch operates.
You want to clean all the oil and protectant or whatever there is on your flywheel. This is the friction surface where your clutch will bite into, so you don't want any slippage.
Yes. Also with the pressure plate, most brand new clutches come with a protectant film on them, so you want to brake clean them off. Make sure the surfaces are nice and clean for ultimate
Pucky power.
Yeah.
You want to get the most out of your clutch kick, that's for sure. This side we don't need to worry about too much.
It's just the OCD kicking in. Oh well. Under it goes.
Bing nose. You just want to put a bit of this grease in here in your pivot bearing. I mean spigot bearing.
You want your shaft sliding in nicely.
That is shit. Oh my.
Don't ya, trolley.
So when you're putting your finger in the pivot here, the pivot bearing bush, you want to just slide in there nice and evenly and get all that cream in there all around it. Just so you know you're ready to, when the shaft is ready to go in, it just goes in there with no hassles. On she goes.
There goes the flying wheel.
Well, I suppose if this clutch was to explode, I'd be pretty safe because my legs are about here. It's just going to mince up all in here. Maybe hit the deck first, bounce up a couple of times, and then I might travel down. Just depends whether we go sideways or not.
Yeah, put a hole in the road, she'll be right.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed that doesn't happen.
5th gear on the limiter and your flywheel shatters to pieces.
It's not going to be pretty, that's for sure.
It's going to be nasty.
We're using 242 Loctite, just the medium strength, because we don't want them locked in there forever. And we're not that into snap bolts into the crankshaft.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want. Your flywheel bolts falling up and your flywheel going flying down the road.
Yep.
And mincing through your
legs.
Your legs?
Oh, fuck. Can you cut that? You gotta cut the tip.
You need to cut it.
You need to cut it.
Let's see. Medium strength Loctite. Medium reho. The compressor's got anti-lag. So we're using the rattle gun to torque these flywheel bolts up. Don't get salty. I do this every day for work, so I know what torque my gun goes to. I've got a good ear for it. I know the schematics. But if you don't do this stuff often, I recommend torquing your flywheel bolts.
So here he goes.
Back off the setting to number 3 on my gun, because that's the right torque for these bolts. I know. Been doing this for years. Back in my day.
Specially designed rattle gun. It actually has a flywheel bolt setting.
Ooh. Just wrecked the flywheel. So you want to go on crisscross pattern to torque it evenly. And have it on tighten, not. There you go, torque to spec.
Easy as that. As you can see here, see these gouge marks? It's very odd that they're not this way.
So,
along with these ones too.
So Yeah, that's obviously going sideways and hit something, because if you're going forward, the marks will be going.
Now that's been some good lock there.
Yeah, that's 90-degree lock. Nice work. So that's what that thump was when we were doing skids that time.
Must have been a cat.
Dragged a dog underneath the car.
Must have been that fucking white eating big black horns.
So I got the clutch disc there, tool goes through there, so that goes into the pivot, the spigot, and then pressure plate goes onto that. That's that, you got your nice 5 puckaroo settled in there. Now to put the pressure plate over it.
So you just want to line it up on the dowels.
Tight. And then you just want to fist it after it's been lubricated. Loctite the pressure plate bolts too, just to be sure.
Loctite all things.
Yes, exactly. Just not super strength, otherwise you'll never be able to remove it again. Then you'll be in a rut pickle.
You will end up like my turbo bolts.
Yes,
Stuck in there forever.
snap downpipe bolts in the turbo.
Usually when your bolts snap in your turbo, it means that you need to get a new one. So
Yeah, good time for an upgrade, I think.
I might get a Garrett GDX in this, a real big boy. So watch this space.
Or that just means the Jay-Z's coming sooner than you think.
It means your
what?
engine is good.
Did we say something about the Jay-Z? What? Maybe we should put an LS in it. I reckon just LS the world.
Yeah, LS are probably the best motors to get power out of.
It's so reliable. Fuck, it would be silly not to. Yeah, let's do it.
You know your clutch is aligned correctly when your shaft slides straight into the pivot, and you can just go in and out like that.
Nice and easy.
Good time, and the tip's a little bit fucking got a bit of pink stuff on it. So that's how you put your shaft into pivot.
There we go.
Easy as that.
It's all bolted up, they're all tight. So just put the pink grease there on the fingers of the pressure plate. That's where your release bearing sits, so it just stops any noises and smooth operation. So this is how you drain your transmission after it's got nasty milky stuff in it. So we're just going to pour some through the shifter. Got the drain undone and then shake it around into our 20 litre. That goes to show how light these transmissions are that containers holding it up. Oh, yuck. That's after putting fresh stuff in there. You can see how contaminated it is. It's nasty. Why it's gone milky like that, we don't really know. It looks like it had red line stuff in there, but usually you'd only see that when it's been submerged in water on like a ute or something. So, it's a mystery. There you go. That's how you flush it. Undo the drain. Can't really do that in the car, you can't twist your car side to side in midair. So do it while it's out. It's like this car's been the Fukushima flood or something after the tsunami, because don't know how water's gotten there.
That is very weird.
That's better.
That's getting better.
Got clean stuff coming through now. So all we're putting in is easy shift 7590. Good for manual transmissions. Good for skids. You can see here, also bought this Origin roof wing. Came already in black, so that's fit there now. Looks pretty good with the 326. You can see the nice effect it's got there. Just makes this mid-section of the car look, yeah. Alright, it's time to put the transmission back on the jack and slide it on. Is that where it wants to fall? Push it in the bit. Yep. It's close to the tunnel, but it's not hitting it yet. Just got all the bell housing bolts back in. The cross member is bolted up. Just got to put the drive shaft in. Fill it up with fluid. Be ready for testing. Just got all the wiring plugged in. It's time to put the shifter back in. Pop it in the hole. Do up your circlip. If you don't have a plunger like we do, you can fill your transmission now while the shifter's out through the top there. You can either do the right amount that it takes or do up the fill plug, and as soon as you see it draining out of there, that's when you know it's full. Pro tip. Oh well, it's now pitch black out here. We just had a bit of a 5-hour break. It's time now. It's nearly midnight. Jared had to shoot off for his birthday dinner. It's actually his 21st today, and what do you know? He's here doing his clutch on his 21st birthday.
That's what the car life is. That's what it's all about.
So instead of having a party, he's going to party by doing some skids with his new clutch.
Fucking hey.
Yeah, anyway.
Pucking it in the fire. Puck.
Had a bit of a situation with our filling schematics. Our pumper was turning to shit, it had a leak in it. So we're just going to do it from the top now, hopefully we've got enough. Before you guys get salty, that's not the oil we're using. It's not Dello 400, mate. It's just in the container. Sweet. She's all full of fluid. So we're pretty much done, down to the last part, just putting the downpipe on. And then we've got the front pipe to go on. And that's it, ready to go. We just had to adjust up the free play on the clutch because it was floppy as hell. Yeah. Not so bad to do. Down it comes. Clutch is all done. Time to do some skids to test it.